Welcome to Romance Recs. We're romance-obsessed besties sharing book recs broken down by genre and trope so you know exactly what you're getting out of your next read. Hello, I'm Jordan. I am currently listening to The Gate of the Feral Gods by Matt Dinniman. And no, that's not romance, but it is fucking hilarious. I am also reading Beast and Thorn. It's a beta copy by Chelsea Ann Tompkins. And it's so good. I can't wait to share more with you all. And I am also alpha reading a book that I will not share the title of by Hazel Rockwood because I don't think it's been announced yet. So very exciting times over here.
Oh, I love that.
Thanks.
I'm so jealous. I want to read that Chelsea book. I'll have to wait until it comes out.
I've already teared up.
Plebeians.
I'm only 25% in and I've teared up already.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That book I know is going to get me in the feels because good God. A mother with a curse. I can't even imagine. Like, I can't imagine.
And she is his, like, celebrity crush that, like, helped him through. Anyways.
Celebrity crush?
I mean, okay, for that world, like, she's the god of... Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Yeah. Shout out, Chelsea. Good work.
We love you, Chelsea. Hey, guys. Dev here. I'm a little sick. Please, if I start hacking it or my voice sounds weird, that's why. I am still recovering after almost a damn month. That's neither here nor there. Oh. I have been reading so many good books. Right now, I am listening to book 2 in the Danger Family series. This one is Captivated by Danger. This series is just so damn cute and silly and fun. The Danger Men, absolutely. Yes, I love me a billionaire, a rich man, if you will. So love it. Love to see these girls get loved down. I'm reading... Oh, actually, I am reading an arc by Karina Halley. That's My Girl, My Girl, My Girl. I got an early copy. Well, I'm getting an early copy. Oh, I don't have it yet. Never mind.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I was so excited.
That was just a little humble brag she's going to slip in there.
Right. No. Because I literally thought I started reading that. But that is not the book. That is not the book that I opened to start reading. I'm just so excited about it.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you for following along with this ride. I'm delusional, whatever. What can I say? The book I'm actually starting is, I think it's called The Probability of Us by Elizabeth Jade Taylor. It's The Probability of Us by Elizabeth Jade Taylor. So that's what I'm working with. Audiobook and Probability of Us, which is Improbable Love Book 1. It's going to be cute. It's a master's kind of story. I don't know. Yeah.
Great. I can't wait to hear more about it. I think before we get into our quotes, I think we're going to swap order of operations here. And we're going to talk about what today's episode is. And then we will share quotes. Because I don't know about you, but I know my quote fits the theme today pretty well. So today we are talking forbidden love, forbidden romance. It just, the yearning is there, but it just wasn't meant to be, was it? It's not supposed to be meant to be. Oh, but you can't stay away from them. Caveat, this is not enemies to lovers, okay? And sometimes the lines get blurred, right? Enemies to lovers is when they have hatred. And for me, the line is maybe in forbidden romance, they do start out enemies to lovers because it's forbidden. Maybe their families are at war and them being together would destroy maybe it's like warring mafia. So that to me could kind of ride the line of both. But the key here is if there are forces keeping them apart to where they should not be together. And if they were together, it would ruin things, either their lives in other ways or their families or maybe countries or some worlds. Yeah. Or maybe it's forbidden because,
it's a little taboo.
Used to sleep with his son or something like that. It could ruin families. Again, there's high
something
risk
at stake. Yeah. For sure.
Perfect.
Them being together is just frowned upon or taboo or whatever. Shouldn't be happening. I'm excited about today's episode because I've actually read quite a bit.
You said you have 2 quotes.
I do have two quotes. Yes. So both of my quotes are actually from the first book I'm going to talk about. It's Unseen by R.D. Baker, but I have 2 quotes. The first I'm going to read by our MMC, who is, we'll get into him. Anyway, if you think anything would keep me from possessing you, you are sorely mistaken. Get away from me. I shrunk in on myself, but he seized my jaw in his hand. Society, God, the church, whatever force you think will keep us apart, I will tear them all to the fucking ground. Do you hear me?
I hear you. I hear you.
I'm laughing, but I'm also crying because he is actually certifiably insane. This man is nuts. He's nuts. Then we have our lovely, delusional, naive FMC, and
what a combo.
Her quote. Indeed, I placed the glass on the table, and now I have to come to my husband's prostitute for an education, a searing indictment of the state of our education system.
What?
I'm not even gonna tell ya.
What?
I'm not even gonna tell ya how our FMC Evangeline gets to talking to her husband's prostitute, y'all. We have to talk about
it. Her husband's prostitute. What do you mean?
As what I said, her husband's prostitute. I can't. We got to start talking about it in the book, and I'll tell you why she's talking to her husband's prostitute.
Okay,
because there's a lot that happens before that.
Stay tuned to find out about her husband's prostitute and how she found herself in a sexy lesson. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. In a brothel, talking to good old Rebecca.
Fuck Rebecca.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and I'm going to try to unstick my brain from that one. I also grabbed two quotes. This one is from a very well-known book in the book world, Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. I mentioned this, and I'm going to wreck this book because I feel like this is a book that a lot of people have heard about, but they hear the taboo and they're like, nah. I mean, like, okay, cool, I know the story. But I don't know how many people have actually read it. So, first quote comes from closer to the beginning, before anything has happened, okay? And this is from the male main character's point of view. An image of my son's innocent little girlfriend wearing this flashes in my head, and I round my eye, rearing back a little. Fuck, I'm going to hell. Yeah. I think it was her underwear or a bikini. I can't remember what it was that he picked up, like, at the time, because she was living there in his home. And this is a little bit later in the book, but I hear her small, sweet voice behind me. Yes, Daddy. I blink long and hard, my hand tingling with the urge to give someone a spanking for the first time in my life.
I don't know what it is about Yes, Daddy lately that is giving me the ick.
Okay. You know what? Let's get into that when we talk about Birthday Girl, because let's talk about that, because I too would like to talk about it. I have always wanted to talk about that. This is going to be some really highbrow conversation we have for you today, folks. This is going to be
prostitutes, wonderful. Yes, Daddy. Real.
Stay tuned.
One of the mill stuff
for everything that you've wanted to talk to your besties about, but maybe you're like, I don't know where they stand. We have got you. Okay,
we've got you. We're your besties now.
Rebecca.
So. Yeah. The first book that I have to recommend to you guys is called Unseen. It is by R.D. Baker. It is labeled as a dark, taboo romance. Two things. It is dark, okay? It is dark. There are content warnings before you read the book, and I really need you to read those content warnings before you get into this, because you really need to understand what you're getting into. Second thing, it is historical. Now, I have never read a dark historical taboo romance. Like, that is not even something I thought could be. But before I tell you what it's about, this MMC, he is the first contemporary man that I've read that gives me romanticy MMC vibes. Like, he has like big wingspan energy. I don't know. Yeah.
Question for the teacher. So wait, you said it's historical but contemporary.
Yeah.
Like, what time period then? Because contemporary is
1865.
Newer. Okay, so that's still historical. Okay, so you mean like modern, like not modern.
It's not fantasy.
It's real world. Yeah.
It's real world. Yeah. Sorry. It's real world. So it's not yeah.
Just give me a time period.
Yeah. Okay. So it's 1860s. 1860. Real old, okay? We're wearing stays and pinafores and bonnets, okay? Yeah. And it's London, all right?
Dirty.
So very dirty. Okay.
Everyone has
Sickness is
syphilis.
everywhere.
Everyone has gonorrhea. Everyone.
Stop.
I'm serious.
Okay.
Okay, if you haven't followed kinky history, you definitely need to, because the things you learn. Now I'm just like,
Yeah.
I hear historical romance, I'm like, you probably have gonorrhea.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a
Okay,
lot
so
going on, I
sorry.
fear. Okay, so how do we get into this book? All right, let's just start. So it is 1865 London, and our FMC, Evangeline Brimworth, has just been sold off to into a marriage by her high named family, who is also now penniless. Okay, we got this
As
big
one does.
name on our back and we're penniless. What do we sell first, the chair or the daughter? Obviously the daughter. She's going to bring more in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a man comes to collect his reward, his bride, and our man, our gentleman caller, is old enough to be Evangeline's grandfather. Evangeline is 24. Acton Kane
Well,
is
24,
old
she's
AF.
so old. She's not married yet?
For her,
Oh, yeah, get her
for
out.
her
Never
standards,
mind.
yeah, they
That
got to
makes
get her
sense.
out of there.
Yeah, marry her
Absolutely.
off.
Eventually, I'm sorry, Acton Kane is horrific. He is horrific. We actually start the book at his death because our girl Evangeline is killing him as we open the book. Yeah, she's tired of it. At this point, when we meet them, as she's been married to him for 3 years. It's been 3 years of just horrible treatment. Him, like, basically he was very obsessed with her and then fell out of love with her or just didn't want her anymore, because our girl Evangeline learned a trick at school where you put a little water and baking soda in a little syringe and you shoot it up there after intercourse, wash that semen out, and you can't have a child. And Evangeline does that religiously because she said, I'll be damned if he straps me with a child. He has been married multiple times before, always young women. The first wife had 7 kids. All of them died except for one. The second wife did the good service of dying with the children as she was giving birth. Evangeline said, I'm the third wife. I'm not doing it. I already see what you do to him. I'm not doing it.
So he only has one living child
he
after
has
all of that?
one living child who is 3 years older than Evangeline.
Oh, and who?
And
weird.
now let's get into our MMC, Azriel Kate.
Always an Azriel.
Okay. So let me get back to when Evangeline is murdering her husband. She murders him, slips out of the room. You know, they have maid servants, so she's very quiet. She's creeping around. No one can know she just killed her husband. And obviously they don't sleep in the same room. She's going back to her bedroom. As she's leaving, she just feels a presence watching her, but she's like, what? She turns around. She swears she sees a shadow, but she's like, my eyes are playing tricks on me. The servants would have made themselves known. No one is awake at this time, yada, yada, yada. If they did see me, they just think we just had a little, coupling session. And she goes back into her room. Right. She was wrong. Guess who was in the shadows watching her? Azriel. He had come back early from his gallivanting across Europe, Spain, Greece, and the likes. He had come back early and he saw her murder his father, or at least he saw her leave the room, and then his daddy was dead. So he was like, oh, I see you, Miss Kane. I see you. Azriel is cynical. He's mysterious. He is cold-blooded. He is mean. He is just so hard. But one thing about it, he is obsessed with Evangeline. Very much so obsessed. And he has every reason to be. I don't know. Is this giving it too much away? I don't think this is giving too much away. I'm going to say it. When Acton went to go pick up his bride, that was initially supposed to view her because he was setting his son up. He wanted his son married so that it would just he could start building traditions and have a family. And his son was like wayward, they're having sex and shit with prostitutes, I guess. I don't know. He wanted to calm his son. Yeah, exactly. He wanted to calm his son down. So it was a scouting mission. He was about to say, let me see if this girl got the chops to be, okay. He's like, because Acton has all the money. So obviously the family wants the money for the daughter. When he saw Evangeline, he immediately made a split-second decision saying, oh no, I'm not giving her to my son. I'm taking her because she's young and beautiful. So they don't find this out until much later that they were originally supposed to be together. But basically they hate each other. Azriel and Evangeline hate each other because Number one, for in Evangeline's eyes, he just watched. He did nothing. He saw his father, who was old enough to be her grandfather, and he didn't stop it. He didn't make a noise. He just hated her. And he hated her because it's like, I have to hate you because you're trying to be my stepmommy or something, and I gotta watch this man sleep with you all the time, knowing that you're young enough to be with me, and I'm obsessed with you, and I've been obsessed with you since you married him.
Ugh.
It's sick. Anyway, so when they get married, guess what Azriel is to her? Stepson, right? So it's a stepmom stepson relationship. Very taboo, but we're not even gonna take that line seriously, that plot, because there's a 3-year age difference. It to me
Wild.
that doesn't happen.
It wasn't weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not weird at all. The entire time Azriel obviously holds the fact that he knows that she killed his father over her head to get what he wants, and what he wants is 2 weeks after her husband died, after she's supposed to be in mourning for 2 years. 2 weeks after that, he says, "You need to marry me," which is a scandal. She's in her mourning. She cannot marry you
Mourning
2 weeks
his
into her
father.
mourning. Yeah, she is more, and that's your dad. Like, what are you talking about? That so this throws everything into upheaval. The family, mind you. Okay, when Acton took Evangeline, he signed a contract basically saying he would take care of the family, her family financially, clear all their debts, basically keep them living good, and then also secure a little nest egg for her should anything happen to him when he died. So when he died, she would be a rich woman.
Prenup.
Right. A year before she kills him. So at his will reading, she finds out that a year before she kills him, he changed his will to leave her family nothing. To leave her nothing. Yep. So she was destitute. But
she had no money. She would have rather been destitute than married to him any longer.
Right? Yeah. Well,
she knew this when she killed him.
She didn't think destitution was a possibility because she had a contract. So she thought whatever.
Oh, she didn't know he changed it.
No, she didn't find out until the will was read. So she was already making plans.
Why would women need to know that? Why would women need to know?
And he did it spitefully. Because he had one contract and then he changed it because she wouldn't get pregnant. Mm-hmm. And that's why he changed it, because she would not have a baby. So she kind of signed her own death warrant, I guess, by flushing his semen out. But like, God forbid a woman have a choice.
She flushed her inheritance out with the...
Yeah, literally. Just flushed her inheritance down the drain. Sick. I do too, girl. She had plans. She was looking at houses before she read the will. She was looking at houses. She was thinking of all the cats and dogs she was going to buy, how she would never, like, she hated men. She starts this book and talk about how she hates men. And I was like, yes, girl, because after the way you've been treated, this book is so good. But it is dark because Azriel, he's obsessed with her, like obsessed in a way where he hurts her a little bit.
Yeah.
To get what he wants, and like that can be triggering for a lot of people. Not me.
That sounds like you know what that sounds like? It sounds like a bully romance to me. It sounds like a historical bully romance.
I think it is bully. Honestly, it is bully.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Mean. I mean, no, guys, that's really horrible.
No, it is a bully romance, but his obsession is like really, really far, guys. But I really enjoyed reading this because some of the things that Acton says, and he is so funny, but he is the only person in Evangeline's life who has ever stood up for her. Who her entire family, aunts, uncles, dad. Her mom died when she was born, so you can't put any blame on that woman. But like, no one has stood up for Evangeline. They don't give her a choice in any matter. They tell her what's happening. No one asks her anything. Azriel, for as much as he takes away from her freedom, because like now she has to marry him, he stands up for her. No one can talk to her any kind of way. When her aunt comes and gets so upset and slaps her, this man storms through the door, and you would think he's going to attack the aunt. And the first thing he does is grabs her face gently and says, "Are you hurt?" And he's staring deeply.
Oh no!
Yes!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, check on her first.
Yes.
Oh.
He's ignoring the aunt, and he's just touching her, and she's crying because like she just got slapped by an aunt, right? And he's like touching her face, and he's holding her hands, and he's looking at her, and she's like, "I'm fine," and he's getting pissed off because now his wife is lying to him. Now his wife is lying to him and she's
Okay.
not fine.
Oh my God.
Please, guys, I am begging you to read this because I was surprised. I was so shocked at what I was reading. The spice is good. Azriel is like, he's a rake and he's doing things that she's never heard of. That things that should, like touching her in places. What's a clitoris? She's never heard of it. She's never seen it, and he's doing these things to her and she hates him, but like loves it. I really need y'all to read this. I think it was very much so forbidden love because stepson. I mean,
and
right?
the society they were in,
and the society that makes it extra forbidden because what they were doing, you just do not do at this time period. Like, absolutely not. There's
and
even
you always
a duel.
know if it's good. There's a duel.
There's a fucking duel.
Oh, perfect. And you haven't even talked about her going to see Rebecca for lessons.
I haven't. Oh yes.
So you can always tell how good a book is by how long it takes Dev to recommend it, because it's like sometimes she'll go and it's like 4 minutes and like, oh, that sounds good. And then we're here at like 20 minutes and she's like, let me tell you, I haven't even told you about Rebecca the whore. Like,
Okay, quickly, what I will say about Rebecca, she was not his prostitute when they were married. So the day after she kills, or the day after his dad's funeral, she ends up hearing something happening in the study, which is connected to a room she's in. She peeks through the door. Guess what she sees? Azriel and Rebecca going at it. Rebecca tries to talk and Azriel says, shut the fuck up. He's like, shut the fuck up. I told you to stop talking. Because Rebecca looks like Evangeline.
Oh, I don't know.
He picks the women that look like her, who have dark hair and pale skin.
Of course he does.
But they can't talk because when Rebecca talks, she doesn't sound like her. So like, stop, let me get my rocks off without you messing up my fantasy. Anyway, after seeing that whole act and all the things they did, like Rebecca putting him in her mouth and like all of these things, she went to go find Rebecca because she's like,
oh, she sought her out?
She got in her carriage.
I thought like he sent her to...
Absolutely not. He didn't even know.
Wow, she's a bigger woman than I am. Jeez.
He doesn't. Yeah, she went to see him because she was like, I want to. Because honestly, she was raised religious as well, so she has trauma about like how she feels during sex. So when she spoke to Rebecca, I think Rebecca empowered her. Like, all of that, you need to let that go. Like, release it. And I mean, it was a good conversation, honestly. But that's how she goes to see Rebecca. It's only after they are married that she goes to see her. But she discovered them before they were married. So anyway, please read it and report back. Sorry I took so long.
And that's been our episode, folks. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm sorry. That's my favorite book that I'll recommend today. Thank you so much. Okay. That's a lie, but okay.
Okay, I'm not going to get as into it, unfortunately. But, and also because you've probably heard it. So I'm going to first rec the book that I read a couple quotes from, Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. Listen, this is age gap. This is a ex's dad, or from his point of view, it's son's ex-girlfriend. And so they had never actually seen each other. So the female main character's name is Jordan. I love an FMC named Jordan. Let me just tell you, it makes things a little bit spicier for me. The male main character's name is Pike. He was a young dad, right? He had a kid really young and got his life together, but his relationship with his son was strained. But his son is living with him now, and or was he? Yes, he was. I'm trying to remember when his son lived with him. I think he was, but Jordan never saw Pike. Like, she saw him maybe from like a distance in passing, but never met him. So Jordan and her boyfriend were friends first, and then they just kind of like fell into a relationship because I think it was comfortable, it was convenient, and they were living together, but he was just never there for her. Like, she works as a bartender and she'd work these long hours and he just wasn't there for her. The classic, she would be there, she works her ass off, she would support him in so many ways, she would be there for him, and he just wasn't there for her. And she gets off her shift and it's her birthday, and her boyfriend, just like is MIA, isn't there to pick her up. He's already wasted at the party that was supposed to be for her birthday, where she didn't even want or know anyone. Jordan's been through a lot in her life. She's like one of those kids that had to help take care of the house and raise help with finances before they were even of legal age. Just really shitty family situation. So she grew up fast and she just isn't into all the partying and stuff, right? So she gets off work on her birthday and she goes across the street to buy time because her boyfriend's not answering his phone. She gets a cupcake and she goes and takes herself to a movie. And she goes and she is sitting solo in a movie theater on her birthday. And she has a candle and she like lights it to make her one birthday wish. And then like this like random guy just comes and sits near her and he's pretty hot. He's older and he's attractive, but not he doesn't look like you older. And they get to talking and they have no idea who each other is. And so he, from his point of view, Pike is like, who is this poor girl? Like she is here alone on her birthday. And she talks about her shitty boyfriend. And he's like, this fucking loser. Like, poor girl needs to get away from him. Right. And he's just thinking, like, I hope she gets away from him. And they have this moment. They have this moment together in the parking lot where something almost happens, but then she gets a call. I can't remember. One of them gets a call from the son, right? And so then they go their separate ways. She finds him cheating, right? And they break up. She needs her shit. She ends up at his house and she sees Pike, right? And it kind of all snowballs because he kicks her out of their apartment. She has nowhere to live. Pike knows that his son has done this to her now and he's mad. But he offers her his son's bedroom, basically. Like, you can stay here then. And it's just all snowballs from there. Because they had attraction before they knew their relation to each other. But it is definitely forbidden because he is trying to mend this relationship with his son, right? But he, like, is so attracted and really likes his ex-girlfriend. He has no idea, like, kind of everything that happened with his son. And obviously he learns over time. And, you know, Pike being older, he knows a lot more things. He's a little bit more seasoned in sexual acts. And, like, so there are just some things that happen because she's by no means a virgin. But, yeah.
Not spicy lessons.
Well, it's not necessarily lessons, but just like new experiences, if that makes sense. There's just like so many funny situations, right? And she's like out in the pool. He comes home one day and she's out in the pool in this tiny red bikini. And he can see his pervert neighbor, like middle-aged man, just watching her from his window. And he gets pissed and he goes, there's like, get out of the fucking pool. Like, and like gets all like territorial. He's like, she's watching you. She goes, so? I'm enjoying myself. Why do I care what that pervert's doing? He's like, get out. Like, it's just so funny.
I'm losing his shit.
Yeah, but the most important part, so it's really good. When I first read it, I hadn't really read any forbidden romance. I hadn't really even dived into dark romance yet. This is not dark. This is contemporary, just forbidden, definitely taboo. But it's good. I think if I read it now, I think I'd even enjoy it more because I was so still sitting in the shock value of the taboo when I first read it. But yeah, let's dig into the yes daddy thing because there is a lot of yes daddy in this. I have never been a fan of the name daddy. We use it as a title sometimes, like shadow daddies or like, oh yeah, he's daddy. But like even that sometimes, like I wish we had another term because I personally, it gives me the ick, especially when you are young enough to be the daughter, especially.
So I've never disliked it.
Yeah, you've never had this issue with it.
Yeah, I don't have an ick with it until recently. The last few books I've read that have had it in there, I just find myself going, ugh, every time I read it or hear it. And so I know that something about it is changing for me, or it's just the environment that it's being used in. I the first book I noticed it that I was like, absolutely not, was actually in a book I'm going to tell you guys about today, but we'll get there. That's when I was like, oh no, this is bad. But that situation specifically was bad for the use of Yes Daddy. The book.
Oh no, I know what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh!
That's when it started for me. So I think that book may have ruined it.
I think when you realize that there is, and I don't yuck yums, but maybe I am yucking this, like when it's an actual like fetish of that relationship, of that dynamic, that's when it crosses a line. And that's where like
it has to be done right, because like when I've read it before in a situation where it wasn't something that the man asked for, it wasn't something where it was this younger girl telling this older man, it wasn't a situation where she was being infantilized. Actually, I take it back. It wasn't this book. It was another book that started it. But it wasn't a book where she was purposely being infantilized. I think when there's some sort of infantilization in it, whether it's from how he talks to her, how he treats her, how she perceives herself,
like in his fetishizes it.
Yeah, and I don't like that. When it's used like powerfully by a woman who just wants to bring a man to his knees, it rolls off my back. I'm like, absolutely, yes, you know? Mm-hmm. But I don't know, these last couple books have like really made my titties tickle. Like I just don't.
And not in a good way?
Not in a good way. My titties tickle. Like a itch I can't scratch. Like, get it off me, you know?
Like you're like, uncomfortable.
Yeah, like I just don't, I am not enjoying Yes Daddy. Even just hearing it.
You know what it is?
I need
I think it's because you've been reading dark romance. And it's different in dark romance. It is different.
Maybe,
I think
I don't know.
I think
is that it?
Probably. And so, and we say we don't yuck yums. And if you're into that, you're into that. I will not dislike you because of that. This is another disclaimer. This is us and our reading preferences.
Yeah. Everybody has them.
Although
it's okay.
I do have a hard time getting on board with the fetishes. But anyways, but tell me about that book. Like, what book were you talking about?
Okay. So
this is a wild ride. Buckle in, everybody. Buckle the fuck in.
I do not want y'all to judge me for reading this book. If you look up this book, you will see a plethora of people just as confused as me. Some people downright giving it 0 to 1 stars because it was awful. And I am gonna agree that the writing in this book was not the best. I do agree there. But whatever that writing had, and to be fair, this book has been out for a while. I think it's been out for a while, but I received the ALC of this actually, of the because I think the audiobook is coming out now. So I listened to it and then I also read it. The audiobook pissed me off. The audiobook pissed me off because our FMC, the way she speaks, didn't align with the character they were building for at the beginning. And I think the narrator just lost her in the plot. But this story follows...
Wait, what's it called?
It's called In the Gray by B.B. Reed. And it follows Atlas Beck and Rowdy. We're going to call him Rowdy. He has a full name. I don't feel like going into his full name. Atlas is, how old is she at this point? 19 years old? Yeah, she's 19 years old, and she has basically lost her father. The year has been hell. Her ex was doing her best friend, and she walks in on them. Her mom is being weird and aloof and standoffish, and honestly probably tied up in grief because her dad just died. She just found out something that has changed the trajectory of her life, and then randomly she receives a picture in the mail telling her where she can go for a new start and to find answers about herself. And it's this picture of these 4 men, just these 4 men in this one photograph. And she's staring at all of them, and she's just like, as the reader, you don't understand what the connection is. As you get to know Atlas and what's going on, I'm just going to tell y'all, you realize that Atlas finds out that she was adopted. Her parents are not her real parents. And this picture, this photograph she's holding, one of these men are her father.
Biological father.
biological father. One of the men in this picture are her father. I want you to keep that in mind. Because when Atlas picks her ass up and goes to find these men, goes to the town that they are, drives the
Follows
8
this
hours,
unmarked
follows this
male
lead,
and
yeah.
doesn't know
She
who's
gets to the
helping.
job, right. They all four men are like brothers. They are brothers. They built a business. They are like
By bond.
wealthy. They're
I
a
think that's
very tight
important.
bond.
By bond,
Yes.
not by blood.
Yes, right. Because that would be sick.
It's
So
already
she gets to right. She gets to their work establishment, and she's able to spot three of the four brothers. I think she spots three of the four. She walks in as if she's looking for a job, and is pretty much told to come back at this time to interview. Blah 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 by the receptionist. She then decides to go have lunch. As she's having lunch, she is about to sit down. She has no money, mind you, so all she's doing is drinking water. That's for lunch. Two of the men come over and sit with her because they saw her spying on them for 2 hours. They just didn't say anything to her, but they watched her the whole time and they were like confused because like, who is she? Is she a reporter? Like, is she some crazy ex? Like, who is this girl? So they followed her into the diner and they're talking to her. She's like, I was just looking for a job. I applied for a job. See, blah, blah, blah. So they're like, okay, whatever. It's cool. None of these two are our MMC. So whatever. She's like looking at them and she's like comparing them and how they've aged in the almost 20 years since that photograph was taken and whatever. You're just like, okay, what's going on? What's the vibe here? Because at this point, you still don't know she's adopted. I gave y'all that for free. Me, I didn't know she was adopted. Okay, I wasn't putting that piece together, so I didn't understand the obsession with the men.
This
in the
is
picture.
a spoiler full.
Definitely
this
spoiler.
This is a dev Reddit, so now knows this, so now
No,
you have to know it
you
too.
don't have
That's
to.
this
No.
this kind of recommendation.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it to you
different
because
than
you
our
don't want to
usual.
read it. So anyway, she next morning she shows up, whatever. She gets a job, shows up at her new job. This is where she meets our MMC Rowdy. She meets Rowdy beating the shit out of a customer who basically talked bad to him at his job. Rowdy has anger management problems, and sometimes customers are not always right, and he got to beat their ass in the back. So,
first of all, his name is Rowdy.
It's Orion, but they call him Rowdy because he
right. I know, but first of all, his name is Rowdy. It's worse if you get name anyway.
Yeah, he lives up to the name. He's very much so rowdy. He causes a ruckus. So she sees him beating this man up, and she's like, "Oh my god, like this is too much." She's like looking. She wants to go away, but she was told by one of the other men to wait out front for him. He would pick her up and then bring her inside and do all the paperwork and stuff. So she's like standing there just watching, and then Rowdy's getting pissed because what the fuck are you standing there looking at me for? Can I help you? But then he's also noticing that she's cute. The reason she is stuck is because Rowdy is the one in the picture that she has felt the most drawn to the whole time. So she's kind of flabbergasted and starstruck because like his picture, she's just been obsessed with his face and blah 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 blah. From here on, number one,
needs
Rowdy
therapy. She
needs therapy. He abuses her that first time, and not like physical. Like he doesn't get to like beat her up or anything, or like sexually touch her, but he like grabs her up and is basically like, since you want to look at me so bad, come on. And he's dragging her to behind the dumpster so he can fuck her. And then she goes,
with the bully romance. Wow, look at you.
It is bully, yeah. Then she goes, I'm 14. And he gets disgusted. He's like, get away from me. So that was nice on him. He's like, what do you mean you're 14? And then when his friend comes to pick her up, he's like, oh, you met Atlas? This is our new employee. Rowdy didn't know that because she didn't say anything. So he was like, no, she's fired. He said, no. He goes, no. And then I can't remember which one.
It's like, sorry, you were trying to sexually assault me.
Right.
Sorry, I lied, but you tried to sexually assault me.
Rowdy goes, she's not even old enough to work here. And then he was like, yes, she is. You told me you were 19. And then Rowdy's like, she's 19? Give me your ID. So she gives the ID. She is actually 19, whatever. They all go inside, but Rowdy fires her, he fires her at least, or tries to, at least 3 times that day. And it just doesn't work out. She gets rehired or blah, 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 whatever. She begs him because she needs the job. This starts the most diabolical plot I have ever read. They start to fall in love. And I'm not even giving y'all the half of it. That's the worst part. Like, I am not even giving, I just don't have enough time to talk about this. This book is sick. It's a sickness. The whole time she knows that there's a possibility that one of these men is her father, including the one she's obsessed with, that there's a possibility there. And it's like she runs past all those
And
red
she has
lights.
no idea which one it is.
She has no idea which one it is at all. She finds another picture of the same night where there's another woman in that picture, but she rules out that being her mother because there's no she just they don't look the same, like something rules that out for her, but she knows that one of these men are. You eventually find out who her father and her mother is at the very, like, towards the very end, but there is a brief period before you find out who her actual parents are where Rowdy and her find out that there's a possibility that he's her dad, and they've already engaged in all manners of fornication. They have already done everything and anything under the sun. And during this brief respite, they have to tend to their feelings about wanting to just say fuck it, essentially.
And fuck.
And just
I don't
do it.
care if I'm your daughter. Oh, I can't even.
She that what Jordan is saying is something that I told her that Atlas actually says. Like, she's basically like, I don't care, I miss you, I want you to tell me, like, whatever. And Rowdy, like, he's sick over it. He's like, he at some point he stops coming home because he moves her in with him. He stops coming home. He stops talking to her. He stops looking at her. Like, he's just like sick to his stomach because he's like, what the hell is going on? But he knows that he had sex with that woman and was continuing to have sex with that woman. Who, by the way, the woman that I'm talking about is one of his best friends, one of the Four's current wife. So he's been having sex with her on and on, not
his
off.
best
We took
friend's
breaks.
wife.
His best friend's wife for 20 years. No matter the fact that his best friend be cheating and be bringing hoes out the office all the time. That's neither here nor there. That's their marital problems. But he was still dicking down his best friend's wife for 20 years. And that's who her mother is. But yeah, this was like the wildest ride I've ever read. It is dark romance. It is, I feel like, it is way more forbidden than it is enemies to lovers, because they do hate each other at the beginning and they do put up a good fight. Like, he is sick. He does not like her. He doesn't like that she talks back. He doesn't like that he feels attracted to her. He wants her out of his space. And she honestly doesn't like the way that he deals with her, the way he treats her. But there's something that keeps her coming back until obviously we get to the lovers part. There are some spices in this that there's a golden shower. I'm not going to say too much more about that. It is sick. It is workplace romance. It is forbidden. It is taboo. And it's honestly a mess of writing. If you feel like you do want to take this ride, I would say listen to it at least, because this is a book that you don't want to read. It's going to piss you off with the errors and all that. But
I will say, isn't there an air of mystery too? So there is.
Yeah, it is mysterious.
Like, it's not just like, and who's the father? There's like a whole mystery plot line and stuff.
Absolutely.
Listen, you guys, okay, so I will say, like, after all of this, Dev said not to judge her. I made her finish this book because she got to a certain percentage and she said, that's it, I'm DNFing. I just wrote my review and I have to DNF, and I put that I DNF'd it, and I said, no, I need to know what happened, because she took me along for this ride while she was writing it. She was screaming about the ride while still on it, and I said, bitch, get back in that seat. I need to know how this ends.
Yes, so, she did force me to finish it, and I did. I did finish the goddamn book. It is a lot. And yeah, there is a bit of like psychological thriller happening because there's another plot. Like I said, the whole reason she moves, right, is because someone sends her that photograph. The person connected to that is playing games. So there are things that are trying to happen in the background, aside from this relationship, aside from Atlas trying to figure out who she is and Rowdy being Rowdy. There's like something else going on that you kind of have to like get through. But if you read it, I am very curious what you think. So please let me know. Comment, tag me, DM me. Please. I am so curious if anyone takes on this book. And if you don't go to Goodreads first, I beg of you. If you decide, you know what, something about this that Dev is saying, it's giving me like I want to read it. Don't go to Goodreads first, because I guarantee you'll DNF. I'll guarantee you'll DNF after you read those comments. But yeah, I'm sorry. That's another 20-minute review that nobody asked for. But like, if I had to
Wild.
read it, you
You have
have
to
to
know
hear
about
about
it.
it. Yeah. So
And BB Reed is a pretty like well-known
yeah, and
author.
I read Lilac by BB Reed, and I did not hate that book. I enjoyed reading it. I don't know if I thought it was the greatest thing, but I enjoyed the nuance of the characters. I think it was long as hell, way too long, much too long. But that was a rock star romance, and that I hadn't read one quite like that yet. It was also a Why Choose.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really good, and I thought that when I knew it was BB Reed and I read that there were four guys in a picture, I thought that's what I was getting into. A Why Choose.
Thank God you didn't, because one of them was dad.
Right, yeah, but I didn't think there was going to be a dad plot line at all. I just thought she was like obsessing over four men and she was going to go get him. I was
Wait,
like, go get
did she
your
call
man.
him daddy?
She calls him daddy after knowing that there's a possibility during that
And we're gonna end
hiatus.
that one. Okay, and
Yeah!
my next recommendation is by the wonderful, the perfect Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. This is one you might not have. Dev, you're done. Okay.
I'm gonna go on mute.
Can someone out there please mute Dev? Like, I have a whole team here to do it for me. Thank you. Okay. This is a lesser known Twisted Sisters book, Beautiful Carnage. Okay. Beautiful Carnage. This is a contemporary mafia romance. There is no fae, there's no magic. This is contemporary, okay? This is dark romance. Dev is slowly coming back to us. Thank you.
All right, I'm back. Yeah.
So this, yes, is enemies, but I also will call this forbidden because I'd say it starts as enemies and then they get to know each other but they can't stay together because he's going to have to kill her. Okay.
Ooh.
So this is Rocco Ramiro. I know these names.
Oh, God, that name.
Oh, well, you didn't write it. I forget her name. Sloan. Her name is Sloan. Oh yeah, look at how gorgeous that is. Sloan Calabresis. Italian mafia. They're warring over the town. Right now, Sloan's dad is ruling a majority of the town. Rocco has two brothers, like actual brothers. And I thought, this being Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti, this would be a Why Choose. And I kept waiting for me to Why Choose. And I was disappointed, honestly, when it wasn't. But I think that's because I was expecting it and then it was let down. So if you know it's not Why Choose when you go into it, it's good. Okay, Sloan is basically being offered up to like consolidate power to someone else. So it's her wedding day. She's walking down the aisle and all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. Bullets are flying. Blood is spraying everywhere. So she's walking down the aisle. Blood is flying. She's in this stupid dress. She's like crawling on her hands and knees. And of course, everyone in the church also is carrying because it's a mafia wedding, right? And she is supposed to be marrying like her childhood best friend. So like, but she does not think of him that way, but she is, because he's kind of like the up and coming like enforcer, her dad's favorite, the one that her dad wants to take over because he only has one child and it's Sloan. So it can't go to her because she has a vagina.
Yuck.
Why would that work?
Right.
So she's like resigned, but okay, right? She's not happy about it, but it could be a lot worse. Rocco and his brothers. Rocco has been obsessed with Sloan since he almost killed her when they were little.
What?
There's a whole backstory that you need to read to understand, okay? So her worst memory is him like choking her out to like unconsciousness. And she has like PTSD from it. And in he comes, guns blazing, kidnaps her from the church and takes her. Okay. Her fiance was supposed to be her husband, her best friend, then is out on a warpath to find her, right? And so Rocco and his brothers take her away to a secluded cabin where they're holding her hostage, right? And he wants to play with her before he kills her. First of all, he keeps her chained and locked in a freezing ass basement. So this is like full on torture. And they make a bet with him that he can't get her to fall in love with him. Like, dude, you have her chained to the basement. He's like, no, I guarantee I could get her to love me. And like they all toy with her. It's psychotic. And they fall in love.
Just them two, though.
Just them two.
Okay.
Yeah. So it starts as a game because he hates that family. She doesn't know all the bad things that her dad has done too. So she's like wrongfully sticking up for her dad and loving her family. Like, you know, like it's that kind of a thing. And different pasts are revealed, the reality of different situations and everything. Even like her horrible memory of Rocco, like there's more to it than that, right? It sounds like, listen, she almost died or was supposed to die, but he did it. Like, you know, but there's of course more to the story.
I need to off camera. I need to know why he almost killed her. Like I need that. I need to understand why he was 6 trying to kill her or however.
Yeah. So that was that one. Before we go to you, I do want to give another recommendation really quick because it's Peckham and Valenti. Most of their stuff is enemies to lovers or forbidden in some way, shape, or form. But Darkmoor Penitentiary series, especially like the first one, Caged Wolf, I would consider that, yes, enemies to lovers, but also forbidden romance because this is a why choose. And so 1 FMC, 4 MMCs. Okay. This is in a prison, high security prison. She goes there. She gets caught on purpose because she's trying to get into the prison to then get someone out. Like, so this is like a jailbreak situation. She's trying to get Rory Knight, her childhood crush, and he's a lot older. Like, I mean, talking like she was 12, 13, and he was this adult, and she was just like this little pup, right? Because she's a wolf shifter. And she just had, they call it moon eyes for him, right? And she was like always tough and trying to act tough around him. And he's a lion shifter. It wasn't weird because he never had any feelings towards her besides, this is one of my best friend's younger cousins. And like, oh, she's so funny. He went to prison because he saved her in this situation that happened. It was actually happened during another series that you can read about. So like he's in prison because he saved her instead of letting her get captured. And he could have gotten away. But he saved her instead, which he should have. He was the adult in this situation. Let's be honest. But
is it a crazy age gap?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like 15 years. So I mean, there's like enough for it to be like, but like, yeah, but he feels like he would be betraying his best friend Dante, you know, if he were to do anything. So like, she shows up in this prison, fucking badass. Right? She is an adult now. She knows herself. She has experience. She comes and she kicks everyone out, like, and she like beats this dragon shifter down for his cell. And it just happens to be next to his. And he's like, oh shit, Rosa. Like, oh fuck. No, I can't have these thoughts. Like, oh no, I can't have these thoughts. So that is forbidden from his point of view. Like he feels like it's forbidden. Another one of her men is a warden in the prison. So he is the Officer Kane, and he's a vampire. And he just was drawn to her, and she riles him up. She just gets under his skin because he's her CO. And so, like, she has to report to him. He's checking in. He can't resist it. And she even eggs him on enough to where he loses control and bites her, which is totally not okay. And, like, in this situation, so there's that power dynamic where it's forbidden. Then another forbidden out of the 4, a third one, she's one of the leaders, the alphas of the Oscura clan, where she's from, the gang. And there's another warring clan, the alpha in this prison of that gang is also a wolf shifter, right? And she just totally fucks with him, and they feel like they're attracted to each other, and he doesn't realize who she is at first. So she like gets him really hot and bothered and like teases him and then leaves him, and he's like, no wolf has ever said no to me. Like, what are you doing? So he chases her, and only after they do start doing stuff, he finds out who she is, and he is pissed, right? They can't be together. If they found out, their gangs would kill them. Like, but then they end up tied together to where they have to be. And so like that's forbidden. Their pacts would definitely disown them.
Start a war.
Yeah. So 3 out of the 4 could be argued that they are forbidden, and she juggles them all like, bitch, that's your problem.
In jail, no less.
Yeah, and it's very much like she does not care or feel the the tabooness, but the men really struggle with it. Yeah. And it's just so fun to watch her like use that struggle of theirs against them. Like, it's just really good. That. So something a little different.
I don't actually know if I have anything else to mention. I had a couple more on my list, but one of them I have to take off because it's not forbidden romance. It is forbidden, but for me to tell you why it's forbidden would give away the entire plot of the book, and I just don't feel like doing that. And it's not a romance. Yeah. So I'm going to skip it.
I do have a special mention. I've recently I think I've discussed this book, To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. That one also involves a prison. A really, really cool prison system, like brutal. Definitely look it up. It was really cool. And then I will mention my last one is The Twisted Throne by Danielle L. Jensen. This one is book 5 of the Bridge Kingdom series. Now, every 2 books is a different like story arc and different couple. So The Twisted Throne begins Anna Kurtel's storyline, and this is forbidden because she is sent to Harendelle, which we don't know. We've heard about in the previous books, but we really learn their political system is very different. It's very backstabbing, like in the courts and things like that. But she goes because she was promised to the heir of Harendelle, but Anna is a warrior. She has led their people. She is like the most respected commander in Ithacana. Like a lot of their people would follow her before they follow her twin brother, Arin, who is the king. So her having to put down her weapons and go be this court lady now and future queen is a really big deal. But she does it for the betterment of her people so it doesn't start another war. But this is forbidden because she is promised to the heir, but she falls in love with his brother.
Not the spare.
Yes. And he's the bastard child of the king, no less.
Oh, God.
And so they fight it, right? But they have a hard time because her betrothed tells him to watch her and take care of her because he doesn't care. He's out whoring and drinking all the time. Right. He doesn't care about his future wife. That's boring. Yeah. It's so good. And the political intrigue and just the way that Danielle L. Jensen writes this was so well done. And this one, The Twisted Throne, does end on a cliffhanger. I've listened to the 6th book. It's only out right now in audio. And then I think it comes out in April in print. My favorite book of the series was book 6, like the end of theirs. So it goes from forbidden to enemies. So it's a little backwards and it's still forbidden. Like it's so good. It's amazing romantasy. Heavy on the fantasy in it. It's really fun.
And I still haven't started that series. Okay, I do have one more. I forgot to do this one. So my last forbidden romance is actually going to be the first book in J.L. Seeger's New Haven series. This one is Restore Me. And this does very much so give enemies to lovers. I'm not going to lie. Our main characters hate each other for over 12 years. Like, yes. Ooh. But the reason it's forbidden is because she is his best friend's wife. And that makes things tricky. It's also forbidden because the best friend, who's like his brother and everything, Dominic is his name, and her name, what is her name? Sloan. Fuck. Oh yeah, Sloan. Yeah.
Another Sloan. There's always
another Sloan. Right. So Dominic and Sloan have hated each other their entire time of knowing each other, but their one link was Eric, her husband, who dies. He dies, and it's 4 years later that her and Dominic fall into whatever they have going on. But that's forbidden, right? When your husband dies, do you go to his best friend? I don't think that's what anyone puts in the cards. I don't think that's
My
what
uncle
anyone.
did.
And so your uncle is just living in a forbidden romance.
My great uncle, because they got married because his wife, who passed away, said she wanted them to be together after she passed. Bigger woman than me. No way in hell.
Let me tell you something. I don't care if I marry you and then I die.
Yeah. Stay away from my husband. 2 of my great uncles have done that now. Now that I'm thinking about it, their wives who passed away, they're best friends.
They go to the wife's best friend. I mean, and rationally in my brain, I can peel back the layers of human like psychosis, psyche. I can understand why you spend all this time with one woman who's also attached to another woman, right? Because best friends, if we're thick as thieves. You're there, I'm there, we're always together. Obviously, your husband is going to get to know your best friend. I can see how the brain can make that jump. Do I want you to make that jump? Absolutely not. I don't want you to make that jump. Don't do it. Anyway, Dominic and Sloan make that jump. It is such good banter, and it's heavy. I will say this book is emotionally like taxing a little bit, but it's so goddamn good. It is funny. It is beautiful. It just highlights and celebrates the nuance of Black love, and I just loved it so much. It is my baby. But that enemies to lovers, when that starts kicking in, good grief, you were like in the trenches, and you feel for both of them. And then when they start to get to the forbidden part of it, it's kind of like, I want this for y'all, but should y'all be doing this?
Yeah.
Because also her best friend is Eric's twin sister. It's very close to home. Yes, because if they blow up, and Dominic I call him the best friend, but he is the third brother. It was always Eric, his sister Mallory, and Dominic. They've known each other since they were in diapers. Dominic didn't have a good child or a home life, and so the twins' mother took Dominic in. That's her son. You can't tell her any different. She has 3 kids. So that's how close it is. It is more that it's like going to his brother. But you find out why it is absolutely okay. Read it and come back. Jail Seekers, restore me. It's absolutely okay. And I want to say something that will, but
you can tell me later. What? To get it out of your system. Yeah. I'm sure you already have. I heard about this.
Exactly. Yeah, you already know.
I love it. All right. Well, I think we learned a lot today.
We did.
We learned there is such thing as too much yes, daddy. And there is a time and a place. We learned, if someone could be your biological parent, maybe just step the fuck back.
Maybe not chase them.
Yeah, maybe not. We learned that sometimes a toxic relationship, maybe step away from that, get yourself away, get some help. But also, is their dad young and does he have his shit together? Mm-hmm. We have, what else have we learned?
We've learned that if your husband is old enough to be your grandfather and you don't like him, smother him with a silk pillow. Kill him, girl. Get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? However, before you do, make sure you check the will, because you don't want to kill him and then be destitute. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and also I think it's important to note that if you are not okay with your bestie hooking up with your spouse if you pass away, please make that explicitly clear to both of them and everyone involved in your life.
Yeah.
Please, maybe say some, no, that's not good. Don't say shitty things about the other person to them. But
start plugging it. Start plugging it.
Maybe
hey, if I die, guys, don't get together.
Yeah. Maybe just make that clear, known. I'm going to state that on the record here so that it hopefully will be immortalized forever. Hey, and you stay the fuck away from all my friends, which is fine. Friends, stay away.
Right.
Yeah.
Do not date my husband. Thankfully, I don't have a husband.
No. You can come help take care of my daughter.
Yes.
Don't take care of my husband.
Yeah. Yuck.
That's the line. Yuck. Yuck. Well, I think that this was a really important
educational
episode. We learned a lot. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for coming on this ride with us. This was a lot longer than I anticipated because we've been trying to keep it shorter, but Deb just had a lot to share with us today.
I
and
did. It's
thank you so
honestly my
much.
fault, and I'll take that, and I'm not going
Yeah.
to apologize for it. Yeah.
All right.
It's
We
my fault.
also, I would like to plug that we have a lot of really cool stuff coming up. There are different local events that we are seeing in the greater Seattle area that both we will be going to and maybe some that we can't or won't. So make sure that you subscribe to our Substack and we will keep you abreast of any events coming up in the greater Seattle area. And if you're not in the greater Seattle area, you should still subscribe to our Substack because we have amazing bonus recs. We have amazing bookish news and different things in there for you. So, and we promise not to spam you. At most, it's once a month you get this. Sometimes every other because life happens. So, make sure you are following us at Romance Rex Pod. And we will see you next time.
Bye, guys. And make sure to drop us Rex. Drop us more Rex if you have them.
Bye.
Bye.